Okay, so originally I was going to do these one at a time. I was only going to do this one today, but considering I've been putting this off for such a time and I feel like I should get to it now, I'm going to be doing two unboxings again. It's been I think a year since I've done this, but we're going to take a look at Shinedown's Leave a Whisper and Shinedown's Us and Them. Now, for those that aren't familiar with Shinedown, they're a American rock band, or in this case, a alternative rock slash post grunge group consisting of Brett Smith as the singer, originally guitarist Jason Todd, that's Jason with an I, Brad Stewart as the bass player, and Barry Kirch. However, now it now consists of Brett Smith, Barry Kirch, Zach Myers, and Eric Bass. But before that, this was the Shinedown. I only have four at the moment. I have this, Us and Them, The Sound of Madness, and Amaryllis? I think that's how you say it. Is it Amaryllis? So without further ado, let's start off with Leave a Whisper. Leave a Whisper originally came out in May of 2003 on Atlantic Records. But this version that I have is actually a 2004 reissue containing bonus tracks from the Sanford Sessions. And it definitely did shape up the band's post-grunge sound, and it's really amazing. But without further ado, here's the cover art. It's basically like a tree, I don't know, like a tree on an island. I'm not entirely sure. There's that S up there, which I guess is supposed to be Shinedown. There's the band name. Oh, wait, we have to show the back. The back's pretty much the same from the original, as we got three bonus tracks from the Sanford Session, including their cover of Simple Man, which is, originally by Leonard Skinner. At least I think, because some of Leonard Skinner's songs were covers, including Call Me the Breeze. Here's the track listing. Personally, my favorite song will always be Fly From the Inside, but another really amazing one is 45, which also included in the Sanford Sessions. Speaking of which, Fly From the Inside, 45, and Burning Bright were the singles for this album. They did really well on the heat-seeking chart, but not the Hot 100. That doesn't come until later. So here's the CD. There's one version that actually has like two rings, if I am not mistaken. All the dust on that. God, the dust on that. There's the backtrack card. You can see it's one of those ones that doesn't have like the name on the front, so it's on the side. I kind of like the style of back tray cards. Okay, so we'll take a look at the booklet, or like the fold out booklet. But here's the back. This record was written for the dreamers, for the people that have, in one way or another, been cut down or cast out of society for being different or having an opinion. It is an expression of insecurity and frustration, and yet the will to overcome. There's no turning back now that you've opened up to your mind. Shinedown. For lyrics, go to shinedown.com. Hell, I think you can still buy this album off the website. That's how good it is. There's the track listings. There's like the notes and the thank yous. There's all that. My booklet is a little bit damaged, so that's why it looks so wrinkled at that time. That's why it looks so weird, because I bought it. I can't remember where I bought this from, but it had like a really wrinkled booklet, and so that would explain why. That would very much explain why it looks so wrinkled. It's water damage. Overall, absolutely amazing album. Amazing post-grunge sound. Definitely would recommend this one. But, of course, it's not the most amazing, even though I like two of the songs off the album. It definitely shaped up their future. But let's get on to the next album. Alright, now here we have Us and Them. This came out 2 years later on the same label, However, the singles on here, which if I'm not mistaken are Save Me, and I know Heroes was one, and hold on, let me check the back. What was it? I can't really remember. I think it was I Dare You or something. But the latter, this being Save Me and the other one, were the band's first entries on the Hot 100 at 72 and 88 combined, or 72 and 88 respectively. It was actually the last album to feature the original guitarist and bass player Brad Stewart and God, how have I already forgotten the names? Brad Stewart and Jason Todd, as they would be replaced by a different one. Well, here's the cover art. It was done by a Taiwanese American visual artist named James Jean, I think. I can't remember. But we got like the school kids, I believe. At least I think that's a school that's there. Here we have the side here. I gotta say the spine is a lot smaller than like the other one. I didn't even show it. Yeah, it's got the little enhanced CD there on the side. But this one's like a lot smaller. Has a nice back though. And personally, while I do like this album, I'd say Heroes was my favorite one. The Dream felt more like an interlude, even though there's like lyrics to it. So there's that. But still, it's definitely not a forgotten album. And if it is, it's definitely a masterpiece. Here's the CD, which I actually just saw that was actually a clock sideways. There's a tree. I think that's the same tree from Leave a Whisper, or at least a redrawing of it. Oh, there's even a note here, which I cannot read because it's like I don't know, you can see it, but like I can't quite read it entirely. Okay. Now, unlike the last album, this album actually has a booklet that you can open and it's not like a fold out. Hold on. I have to. Oh, I thought I broke it for a second. I thought I broke the album for a second. This one I think I got this one at a flea market or something. I can't remember. But it's definitely, this one actually has lyrics as well as some pretty nice artwork, which I think was done also by James Jeans. Yeah, the Dream felt like an interlude, even though I don't think it really is. But I couldn't understand. Heroes, Save Me. That was, I think, number 72, if I'm not mistaken. And I Dare You. That was number 88, I believe. Your Majesty. Okay, there's some. Sorry for the lack of talking. I'm just showing you that. That's like an actual picture. That's not like artwork. There's band members. There's whatever that is. Okay. There's a flower. There's the last few song lyrics, and then after that, it's the standard old thank yous. And a key, well as some other things. And there's the back with the members. Alright, well, that's going to be the end of this. This is the first time I've ever done a double unboxing in a long time. I can't remember the last time I did it, but it's been quite some time. These really good albums, although I do kind of prefer this one over this one, but they are at least they're amazing. They got their own favorite. I got my own favorite songs off these albums, including Hero and the last one being, 45 and Fly from the Inside. Even though I like Fly from the Inside more than 45, but overall, amazing albums. And that's all I gotta say. Have a good night, my Ohioans.